Hi Eva, we are going live pretty soon in less than 2 minutes. And we are counting down the last minute. Hi, something for stream. Welcome on the stream. And here we are for the daily brain dump on my stream. That is awesome. I've never seen that many signs. Okay, so today's stream might not be too long because I'm very tired. I had to go to the dentist. Some people know. And I mean, you can put a loaded gun to my head, my heart rate wouldn't go up one beat. But you put me in a dental chair, I'm freaking out, okay? So to calm the nerves, I popped a Xanax. Didn't help, waited an hour, popped another one, and all of a sudden I got really tired. So when I arrived at the dentist office, they said I'm the calmest patient in the whole room. Oh, it's Happy New Year where you are? Where is that? It's my Happy New Year every day. Every day you're not dead, it's a Happy New Day. A Happy New Year, same New Year, I guess. So for today we have peach and honey with a little bit of vodka. It's always good, nicely chilled. And we'll see what you guys want to see. So I have a few things that happened. Again, stupid dentist appointment. Didn't like it at all, but got fixed. And you don't want to hear the bill. It's amazing what they charge. In my next life, I become a dentist. Are you afraid of the dentist? I hate dentists. So, what else is new? I bought a book. Sorry, it's mirror image because you're looking from the wrong side at it. It's about American slang. So I'm learning American slang to get better along in the hood. So every day a few sentences. What up, brother? So I'm getting good at it, right? What up, brother? What happening? So I'm learning that, American slang. So I think what you got to do, you got to interlace all the words together. You know, in British English, you would say, I'm going to do this or that. In American, you're just saying, I'm going to do. Or I want to, I wanna. So fairly interesting, the language. Then we have a few fun facts of the day. Again, I'm very sleepy today. Well, at least at the dentist office, they thought I'm the calmest patient in the whole planet, had they known. So one interesting fact is, I'll show it later again if somebody's in the stream. If you copy money, I mean, first of all, you know, you're not allowed to do that, right? There's a lot of safety features in it. You know, it's not paper, right? This is made from a cotton fabric mix. And you know, nowadays, those high-end laser copy machines, and again, I'm saying you are not allowed to do it. It's a crime. So these dollar bills here, they are fabric and they have the safety strip in it. And did you ever try to put one of these on a copy machine? That happens. The machine automatically notices that and turns the whole copy red. That's quite interesting, I thought. Then the next thing is, we bought a fig tree, or my wife bought a fig tree, like a little plant for figs. And it had all the leaves today. It had them, doesn't have them anymore. Of course, I told her, do not feed this, don't leave it in the kitchen. So the cats came, hi Raoul, the cats came and ate all the leaves. So there goes the $10.99 for my fig tree, so it's ruined now. The cats eat the leaves. Can you believe it? Our cats eat fig leaf trees. What's wrong with them? Then I'm prepared today. So, Raoul, where you are from? Not Ohio, right? Are you from the US? I'm just curious to learn about different places. So what I said, if the stream gets too high, since I don't have a moderator, I brought a fire extinguisher so I can put the stream out if it gets too hot. Has anybody heard about sleep medications? India, hi India, how's India? I heard India is currently hot, muggy and humid, right? In Ohio, it's still, what do we have right now? You use Celsius, right? Same as Europeans. It's 8 degrees Celsius here. And a thunderstorm is moving in. So depending how long the stream goes, you might later hear thunder and lightning. So I might hold this camera out of the window and you can see it. I'm still trapped inside here, so I'm really hoping for spring. Cheers. Other than that, I'm alone today. My wife just went to a Justin Timberlake concert. I have no idea who that is. I even had to Google him. So that tells you I'm over 50. It's 42 here. Oh my God. So 42 Celsius, of course, yeah. 42, yeah. I mean, I'm originally from Los Angeles. We had 42 also in summer, in typically around August, September, the hottest 2 months. But the 42 were bearable because it was dry heat, you know, like not that humid. What I heard or what I read up on India, India has that humid heat. It's much more demanding on the body, right? Because you're getting all sweaty. Here, I mean, as long as it's cold outside, it's okay. You can just turn on the heating. And it's all fine. So, as I said last time, we did a stream going outside. That has been postponed because I want to show, I don't know if this is in focus here, I want to show our historic town where we live, like the Altstadt, the inner town. And it's not going to happen right now because I want to ride my e-bike there. I have a couple of e-bikes, but at this weather, no way, you know. So I tested the equipment last time. It's all going to work out just fine. Getting hearts here, that's funny. I like those things where you can click on, yeah. And since we have 11 in the stream right now, I just brought an important topic up. Do not copy money, okay? So, because copy machines are smart, they detect it and make the whole copy red. I was fascinated by that fact. I read it, tried it, and it's true. So inside they must have a microprocessor firmware or something that when it detects the safety strip in the dollar note, it turns it to red, so it's unusable. But again, you can tell a copy easily apart because a copy is made on regular paper. Dollar notes are made on, as I said, a cotton fabric. So it's not paper. You would assume it's paper. You can feel it, you can crumple it. It doesn't go like paper. It always comes flat, right? So Raoul, what is the language over there besides your native language? You speak English fairly well? Or should we switch to German? I speak German very well because I am German. Hi Lars, what's happening? Yeah, as I said earlier, I'm learning slang right now, American slang, so that I get along better in the hood here. So when I go out in the deep hood, What up, brother? What up, brother? How's it going? What happening? So I'm learning like a couple of pages every day. There's all the slang and the translations. Some stuff really, guys, is crazy, crazy, because I compared before British English to American English, and this is out of the world. So now back to sleeping medication. I mean, this night I'm going to sleep very well because I didn't sleep much last night because of that stupid dentist appointment. But if you take a sleep drug called Ambien, don't take it. Again, I'm not a doctor. I cannot advise you. You got to discuss it with your doctor. But Ambien can cause, did you hear that? It can cause sleep eating. So meaning what happens to people is, what is the favorite word in the book? It starts with the letter F. There's a whole section about the F word. It's fairly funny how it's being used in America. And yeah, it's funny. So I'm not saying anymore because I don't want to get like locked out here of my account. But yeah, I mean that they have like whole sections, so it's nicely explained how it's used, where it's used, when to use it. So next time I'm again in the deep hood here, I'm prepared, I'm ready, so I will sound like a native, not like a German. So about the sleep medication, what it cost is actually it cost people to do sleep binge eating at night. So they woke up at night without being aware that they are sleepwalking, and they were like finishing off like half the refrigerator. And the next morning they woke up, went to the kitchen, looked at all the mess, and had no idea. I'm not kidding. They had no idea that it was them who ate all the food. So that is fairly interesting. I read it, and then fairly later in the game, the FDA, like our Food and Drug Administration, everybody knows that's the administrations that regulates medication, food and drug regulations. They issued a so-called black box label warning. It's called black box label warning. I worked in this industry in medical devices and pharmaceuticals. And that says this medication can cause sleep binge eating. Okay, so don't take it if you don't have to. And you will not remember what you did. So not a good thing. Well, it depends. If you don't want to remember, you don't want to remember, I guess. So anyway, the stream will be fairly short. I try to keep it under 30 minutes today, because you know what I'm going to do after that. I already had 4 espressos, but that Xanax from this morning from the dentist is just, it's tearing me down, guys. It's like, oh my God, I'm so tired. So I don't know how you are. By the way, what is the time in India right now? It's like long after midnight, isn't it? I don't know exactly the time zone. Here it's, as you see, 11 minutes after 5 p.m. Are the words you don't understand or don't use that are in the book? Yeah, either way, both, a little bit of both. But the words, it's more, I understand most words, but I just want to know which words to use in which contents. So that's more important to figure out. And so, again, I'm very well read. I like to read a lot of stuff. And if I have nothing to do, that's just what I'm doing, So it's going to be the American slang book now. I'm reading a photography book. By the way, a very good book. It's called The Art of Composition. I bought that from India. I had it shipped from Amazon to me. I really like it because looking at the same techniques and the same tool of photography, but from a different cultural background, was very interesting to watch. And by the way, we have 20 viewers here right now, so that's funny. As I said, guys, behave like, okay, that's a nice chat, no religion, no politics. And as I said, if it gets too crazy, here's the fire extinguisher, I'm going to use it, okay? I'm going to blow the stream away. So nice, behave, okay? So anyway, what's happening, guys? We have Thursday today, so one more day, I guess. And then it's weekend. Any plans for the weekend? I haven't thought about it yet. I mean, weather still sucks. I might go for a little hike or something. Or actually, it was my daughter's birthday on Wednesday, and we might go out for a restaurant on the weekend. Yesterday's stream was a little bit extreme, I agree. Was crazy, I got it. Sometimes it happens, so it's fine. I don't care. That Vodka peach honey stuff is pretty good. I mean, it was peach honey stuff. I just put vodka in it, so that's how it works. Much cheaper to do it yourself than buy those mixed drinks, you know. So any forecast, will this fig tree make it or not? So I need a forecast here. You have 4 tests tomorrow. Thank goodness I don't have tests anymore, but I wish you the best and luck. But I'm sure you studied hard. I mean, I was always very well prepared for tests. And they also say, you know, people who have a little bit of anxiety disorder like me, they over prepare. So I was always well prepared for tests. I never, I think, failed any test, but I failed my driver's test 2 times. But that was in Germany. I'm in Germany. The theoretical test, the rules I studied, I understood it. But when I had to drive, I was so nervous that I just drove over a red light. I drove against a one-way street, and all that shit happened. And it's expensive over there to make your driver's license. Oh, you have state testing now. Okay. Yeah, if you're stressed, if you're stressed for math, oh man, you should send me. I'm really like the epiphany of math. Like that was one of my biggest thing in engineering. Like I did all the Laplace transformation, Fourier transformation, all the high-end math, because I engineered a lot of analog electronics, you know, like electronic filters, amplifiers. That requires a lot of math. So what level math are you doing? It really depends. I mean, it can be arithmetic math, it can be algebra, it can be geometry. Geometry I was never that super good, but algebra and that type of math I was pretty good, and I still am. So it's just, I think it's fun. If you see it as fun, it's not as scary. But go to bed on time and don't take any medications if you have to do the test next tomorrow, okay? So we have 25 people, so if you have any questions or any chats or recommendation, let me know. I'm answering. Today it's probably me talking a little bit less, which never really ever happens, I guess, but want to see what happens. Oh, it's a college test. I got it, yeah, because I mean, my daughter just finished, or is finishing in 2 months, her associate's degree in aerospace engineering. So she's always stressed before tests. Right now it's the last test and it's a lot of tests to do. And then she does her master's in aerospace. So she's more like a mechanical engineer. I'm an electronic engineer, so different fields. So we don't understand each other. I mean, we understand each other, but we don't understand each other scientifically. What do you mean by USA or CAN? I'm confused for a second. Sorry about that. What does nav meaning by USA or can? Am I in the USA? Yes, I am. Or Canada, you meant? No, not Canada. Do I sound like a Canadian? No A. Hola. Allo. You know what allo is? Allo is hola backwards. The goat. So it's nice seeing you guys again. I don't know how you do those heart thingies flying up my screen. It's pretty cute. Can you make dollar signs flying up there or smiley faces? Oh, okay, from the Netherlands. Yeah, okay, Netherlands. Yeah, I've never actually, you know, originally I'm from Germany. You can tell by my accent, right, Lars? And Lars, I could have figured, yeah, it could be a name used frequently in the Netherlands. Unfortunately, I've never been in the Netherlands. I mean, mainly later in life, I traveled a lot, but that was all US, like all over the US. Canada, I've been, Ireland, England, Greece, France, Spain, Portugal, but the Netherlands I kind of missed. Netherlands is where you have all those bicycles, right? There's bicycles everywhere. So I think in the US we will be confused. I did last time a bike ride. When you do a bike ride here, and I gotta tell you, I mean, I do a lot of nonsense on my channel, but this is no serious talk. When you do a bike ride here, because we're in what is called gated community, that is just living houses only. There's no businesses, there's just houses, streets, and often those streets, they have neither a sidewalk, so no sidewalk for walking, and they have no bicycle paths for riding your bicycle. So if you go out there, they will kill you. I tried that a couple of times because I have electric bicycles. Yes, a lot of bikes. So I said, I have electric bicycles, and I tried to get to one of the parks, which is only about a mile away from here, because I want to bring you guys there in spring. It's a beautiful park. I cannot make it. I tried it twice. Every time I was fearing for my life. I mean, the cars, they go by you that close, okay? Lot of water and rain. So you have then in the Netherlands a lot of rain too. You have no idea how much rain is coming down in Ohio because I recorded it last year. It was, I think, 287 days of rain. I mean, not raining the whole day, but I recorded every time when it rained. And of course, it rained today because I had to go to the dentist and I just had washed my car. Every time I wash my car, it rains. Okay, that's normal here. But with over 280 days, what are the odds, the chances? Of course, it rains all the time. And it's not, I would say, the problem that it rains. Actually, Ohio here, I live in Ohio, in case I haven't mentioned it, Ohio had a drought last year, meaning for the total amount of rain, right? That went way down. So we had like a lot of loss in harvest, in crops and other things. But however, there's what typically happens here in Ohio. The moment we get spring, there is thunderstorms. And you can set your clock for thunderstorms. You know, that's why I got this big clock here. So every time it's 3 o'clock plus minus half an hour, a thunderstorm comes down. And those thunderstorms here are like nothing compared to probably, yeah, by us, nothing to probably compare to you in the Netherlands. They're fierce and strong and heavy, you know. So I will end this stream now in the next few minutes. As I said, I do just a summary since we have a few folks now in the stream. As I said, currently my project is learning American slang. That's what I'm doing. Then I'm trying to rescue the plants. That's what happened today. So today is just a quick thing what happened today. Because our cats ate all the leaves. We wanted to plant this nice fig tree. It's killed, I guess. And as I said, do not copy money, because Xerox machines know that and they make the whole paper red. So I have to pay my dentist bill with real cash. But anyway, of course, you know it's illegal to copy money. That was just a joke. Hi, big boy, how's it going? So can I say, hi, brother, what's happening? So, you know, I'm just learning slang. What's up? What's up? I love the slang book, you know. I got the slang book, American Slang for Germans. So I'm learning all of this. And I read about how you like slur in America all the words together, like everything is mingled together, like you don't have, like the British people have very well pronunciation. They would say, hey, hello, how is it going, madam? How is it going, sir? The Americans are just like, what's up? What's up? What's happening? What's happening here? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on, brother? So yeah, that's about languages. I'm always interested in languages. I speak somewhat French, of course, fluent German and fluent American English, but with an accent, a heavy accent. When I try voice dictation today, you know, the AI translation, the transcripts, what you say into text. So if I'm too lazy to type emails, it types it for me. I just dictate it. When I use the German, which I speak, of course, accent-free, that's my mother language, then it's just fine. The success rate is 99% or higher. But if I dictate text in English to the iPad, I use an iPad Pro, then there's the voice and it's called transcription, like the translation from voice to word, the typing, which it does for me is not that good. I mean, I get a success rate maybe of 85%. So I got to retype and correct a lot of work. So might as well type in very quick myself using a keyboard. You know, I have a Bluetooth keyboard. Might as well type the whole thing, you know. So one more sip of vodka. That hopefully will put me asleep this night. So today we had a nice stream. We had no trolls. You know what trolls are, right? Those people that post nasty commands. I don't know why people do that. Again, this is just a brain dump that I'm doing here. Currently, it's more like, what would you call it? I think a diary. I'm just saying what happened every day. And that's pretty much it. And I'm always curious what happens in your life, guys. And that's about it. So I don't know why people always need to discuss politics, religion, and all those extreme things, because you never make friends this way. So anything else I can answer you? There's 35 people here. You can speak up. Don't be shy. You can see me. I can't see you. I cannot see you. That's also what I'm just learning. I'm also learning British English versus American English. So in British, they would say, I can't see you. In American, it's like, I can't see you. And a lot of like binding words together, one, two, wanna. going to, I'm gonna. So I'm practicing this to sound more like a native, but I think I will never succeed. But anyway, it's just a nice challenge to learn. So do we have people from other countries? As I said, I'm always very curious, or other states. States I know quite a bit because I traveled a lot for life. Let's talk how awesome Windows 7 was. See, if I wasn't too lazy right now, I could walk down to my tornado shelter. Hi, Faisal. Hi, Faisal. How are you? Windows 7. I'm no kidding. Next time I do it in my tornado shelter, because every house here has a tornado shelter because of all the tornadoes. I'm still running Windows 7 Professional. I run Windows 7 Professional on a Dell workstation, and it's running blasting fast. Where am I from? I'm from Ohio, Westerville, Ohio. You know where Ohio is? Ohio is just north of Kentucky and Tennessee, and further to the east is already New York. So New York is a 5-hour drive. That's where I am. Originally, I'm from Germany. You can tell by my accent. And I lived, however, 20 years in Los Angeles. But Los Angeles just got too wild. I mean, have you seen videos about Los Angeles? Oh, okay. Lexington, I know. I'm flying a lot. I used to fly a lot across the US. Oregon is nice, by the way, on the West Coast. East Coast, I'm still exploring a little bit. So KY, I'm just not always familiar for the shorts. It's Kentucky, right, KY? So I'm still learning those. I mean, Ohio is OH, so KY must be Kentucky, but Lexington rings a bell, yeah. Why are you here? I don't know why you're here. I don't know why I'm here. It's a philosophical question. I have no idea. It's philosophy. Why are we here? Who put us here? Who put me in front of this phone? What's going to happen next? Will the thunderstorm here move in? Will I turn it off? Will I leave it on? Will I walk away? Will I stay here? Questions over questions. Kentucky. On Cincinnati. Yeah, I had to drive one time to Cincinnati. It's like from us about, I would say, 4-hour drive, because we're kind of in the middle. Cincinnati is to the south, and Cleveland is all the way to the north. But Cleveland I didn't like. There's just snow all the time, giant potholes, and the weather's even worse. So originally I was born and raised in Heidelberg, Germany. Then I worked for Siemens, you know, Siemens, big medical company. And then 1999, I decided to call it quits and just immigrated in the US. The job market was fantastic. Let's talk a moment about jobs. My immigration was a piece of cake. When I entered the US, you know, you walk through immigrations, especially if you have a one-way ticket, you know, like a one-way ticket. Normally, they always want to see that you have a two-way ticket, you know, that we don't get the same problems as in Germany, everybody coming in, nobody getting out. Oh, you're from Mannheim? Oh my God, but hey, Berg, what the fuck happened to Mannheim? I mean, this is going down, that city. I mean, I saw crazy stuff. Seriously, I mean, I love Mannheim. They have a nice Fußgängerzone. You understand Fußgängerzone, the pedestrian area where you could do shopping. But that all went downhill. I couldn't barely recognize it. Last time I was back in Germany about 10 years ago, the last time. Man, this is, I don't want to offend you, but Mannheim is part of that city is turning into ghetto-like structure. You know, what's happening there? Is that now getting better after the election? I don't know. Yeah, Mannheim. Yeah, I know. I personally have good memories to Mannheim, because I studied in, actually, when you're from Mannheim, where I studied at the Ingenieurschule of Mannheim. Yeah, I think it's a problem of balance. I mean, I am foreign too in this country. You know what I'm saying, right? Berg, I'm foreign. I'm a foreigner here. So I'm not a US citizen. I am a permanent resident. That's a little bit different, meaning I have the status to live forever. But having not done the citizenship, which I might do, then you get the flag and everything and the US passport. I still have my German passport. But I tell you one thing, I'm in this country here. I work here, I pay my taxes, and I behave as such. Because I tell you one thing, would I pull things like what I'm seeing on the news there, I would be sitting in on the next airplane with a one-way ticket out of here, right? Like cheap flight home, but no return, then no return ticket. And that's a little bit the problem. So, I mean, if you live in a country that is your guest, you're a guest there to some level. I mean, later, of course, you integrate. And I never understood why even a second generation cannot speak German then. I mean, look me, I came here, I learned it really quick. My daughter speaks a little bit mixed, like I taught her a little bit of German, but mainly it's English, you know. So I would like only talk German with my family. That would be weird, don't you think? I mean, I live here, I pay taxes here, and I speak the language here. I eat the food here, and hopefully I work here and buy the products from here. I mean, sure, I buy Amazon stuff too. I mean, a lot of stuff is now from China nowadays. We don't have control over that. Like my probably iPhone is made in China, as we all know. Your iPhone or tablet is made in China. We have no choice, right? But all the good brands in Germany, I mean, they're all going down, what I'm seeing. Siemens is going down. Every day I watch some news, like some big companies like laying people off. What happened to Bosch, like all the car equipment company? What's happening to Volkswagen, guys? I mean, Volkswagen, look at the name, Volkswagen, that was a symbol of the state. I don't know what's happening then. So that's currently actually why I'm not visiting. Again, I like my mother country or father country or whatever you want to call it, not to be too extreme to one side, but right now I have no need to come home. I feel welcome here. I'm just reading yours. Yeah, I got your, I got your point. It's easy to find a bubble and stay within that group of people when being a foreigner. But you know, if you never get out of there, you cannot integrate. I mean, I could say the same thing for Ohio, because you might know or you might not know. Now you know, because I tell you, Ohio has a lot of German immigrants. Of course, I could hang out all the time with my friend John. He just lives at the end of the street. Yes, by the way, all gut Kirschwasser, guten Schnaps. But sure, I hang out because I can speak German with him. But I also hang out with my next neighbor who is American, with my neighbor to the left side house who is American. I want to understand also their thoughts and their worries and concerns and needs, and will not only hang out with my German friends here. I mean, it's always good to have some German friends, you know. And the good thing is what we have. So, ich könnte jetzt sofort, I can switch over. Ich könnte sofort jetzt auf Deutsch rübergehen und in Deutsch weiterreden. Ich mein Deutsch ist noch nicht so schlecht, ne? Ich spreche immer noch Deutsch, aber ich spreche mittlerweile besser Amerikanisch als Deutsch, ja. Aber ich spreche beide Sprachen. You see, so that works. I can do both languages. What's the issue, you know? And maybe the only thing I thought is that for some foreign cultures, it is more difficult to learn German. Or Chinese in New Zealand, and they required strong professional English languages. Yeah, there I tell you too, because I worked here for a very big, not a very big, I worked for the biggest US medical device company. And let me tell you, I had to learn, Charles, I had to learn the American English language very, very fast, the professional business language. Because as you can imagine, every document, everything that you submit to the FDA for regulation, you know, medical devices für Zulassung, ne, is alles in English. So you got to do it all in English. And I had no problems with that. I mean, I went to a Volkshochschule equivalent in Germany in the evenings after work. I learned. And then eventually it comes naturally. It gets better and better and better. So I think there's two things. You have the everyday language just to communicate with your friends, but you also got to learn a little bit about like the official language if you want to make it in a career. Because I made it later all the way to the top, to like senior manager. I had 30 engineers working for me alone. They were all, and what I enjoyed here, I tell you, that is interesting. I had 30 engineers working for me, and they were from 15 different nations. So pretty much every second person was from a different nation. I had people from Iran. I had people from Afghanistan. I had people from China. I had people from Canada. I had people from India. I truly enjoyed working in this multicultural group. And there I think, however, that's a big advantage in the US. If you have such they call it the melting pot, right? When all those like different groups and races come together. and especially if they're educated, like they were all engineers. It's fun, to learn from each other and to work together. And everybody has a different attitude and mindset. And I think I learned a lot because, Germans are problematic too. Sometimes we are stubborn, starrsinnig, starrsinnig, stur. And then you get like the well-balanced Indian people. They're like, calm down, Marco, calm down, everything will be good. And then you have the really hardworking Chinese people. Like I had one Chinese engineer working for me, a cloud engineer, very nice, working with net, yeah. I have to talk to you, Charles, about that stuff. Let me read this book, Global Access, Multiple Time Zones, and Many Different Cultures and Backgrounds. So yeah, so you're enjoying the same thing, Charles, right? So for the cloud, that is not really my specialty. My specialty, as I said, I'm not the youngest. I'm just over 50. So mine is more electronics, analog electronics, like a dying breed. So I designed all the circuitry that the modern, I don't know how old are you, and you don't need to tell me, but what the younger generations don't understand anymore. So I'm doing analog circuitry, or used to do that for the company. So we were making biosensors, biological sensors for diabetic people, diabetes, ne? Glukosesensoren in German, denke ich. And I don't know, how did you enjoy it working with different cultures and backgrounds? I mean, I found it just really great, on this one. I mean, sometimes, sure, there's conflicts. I learned that too. You have to solve conflicts, especially since I was the manager of all those people. Sometimes you got to watch that they don't kill each other. I mean, we had conflicts like, especially, and this might be just in my case, but I had people more like from the East, not necessarily accepting that much, like a Chinese girl engineer from China, as an engineer. And for me, I would say only performance should do that. You do Arduino. Yeah, my daughter does Arduino, so I have an idea how old you are. And Raspberry Pi, and my daughter does Raspberry Pi for electronics. Because they're still plug and play in comparison to your experience. Yes, I program or used to program everything in assembler. Okay, assembler, Maschinensprache. Because what I programmed when I worked and designed circuitry, I designed robots and drive systems. Memory was very expensive. Excuse me, gotta drink something. So memory was very expensive. And the EEPROM flash chips, you could like not put too much commands in it. And I had to write extreme fast code. I know my daughter just designed as a project at her university a cat feeder, Katzenfütterungsmaschine. That's the word German again, Katzenfütterungsmaschine. So the way it works, there's a dispenser for cat food in it, a stepper motor, and then a timer, like a clock, Uhr, Zeitschaltuhr, all electronic. And it's all like controlled by a Raspberry Pi. And I think, if I'm not lying, I must think a second. She wrote it in Phaeton, am I right? Phaeton, the language. And I was just blown away, like, because that thing also had a keyboard where you put in like what time, the food rations for the animals. And if I had to do this in assembly, it takes me hours. And she just like plugged in some functions and it was done. So you might see here on the very edge here at the left side, I'm moving this over, you see C++, this big book here, C++. That is pretty much the last language that I learned. So I come from assembler, I learned Fortran, I learned Pascal, I learned NCC, the standard C, because I also worked in the military. And then the last one, I switched from NCC to C++ when memory was more widely available. And in military, however, NCC standard, also the ANSI standard, is widespread and accepted because it's a safe code, it's a clear code, and there's less opportunities and chances for errors. So I was working, while I was still in Germany, on the Leopard 2, our Kampfpanzer, and on the Sidewinder, das Raketenabschusssystem. So I was writing the software and designing electronics. I mean, I don't know, they must be outdated. The Leopard 2 still exists, I think. But Sidewinder, that was that rocket Abschusssystem, I think that has long been terminated. Or maybe we gave it to Ukraine. I don't know. That was just a joke. Sorry, bad joke. No, I don't know what happened to Sidewinder. So that was the other software. And we did navigation for the Leopard because the problem on tanks is Like when you drive in the field, I mean, you have rapid changes in elevation, and the problem was to program servos and hydraulic motors that keep das Feuerrohr, like the gun, always leveled, because otherwise you cannot hit your target. But then later I decided that military wasn't the right thing for me, because if we're really honest to ourselves, I mean, when I worked there, money was no issue. You got whatever you wanted. So it was a great education and learning experience. But if you really think, once I got older, I was thinking, God, I'm currently actually building stuff that kills people, you know? I mean, somebody got to do it, but that's a lame excuse. And then I changed over to medical. So I worked then in medical devices, and I have a good background in pharmaceuticals. So Charles, that's as far as my background goes. But it was interesting to hear from you. Yeah, Arduino. I mean, I saw on Amazon, there's Arduino and Raspberry Pi kits. Like, you know, like just the controller, a few input outputs and breadboard, like Steckbrett, and then just play with it. I think all you need is a USB port to a little. I have the workstation still in the basement. I have a Windows 95 Professional XPS workstation from Dell that just runs fine, you know, because most of my work I'm doing with Apple devices, iPhone and iPad Pro, because particularly I do photography as a hobby now, as a retired engineer. And I think the Apple devices, the iOS operational system is just better when it comes to graphics, not to science applications. I mean, my daughter does a lot of, it's called foils, Profile von Flügeln für Raumschiffe. So if you calculate all this, the apps and the math functions that are out there, they work better with Windows-based systems, because there's no software on Apple devices for that. But I do video cutting. I mean, not on that stream. That stream, everything is just, as I said, brain dump. Just whatever I think, I talk. I don't cut it later, just gets uploaded. But on Apple devices, it's amazing how fast an Apple Pro iPad, I got the one with 512 gigabytes, how fast you can cut and trim videos. I enjoy that. I'm still learning, by the way. It all happened actually when Corona came, you know, that bad disease like a couple of years ago. We were all locked away. I'm going to read just now. When I was first out of the uni, I had several government offers, but I didn't want to work for the US government, so I'm all private sector, about 7 years in the industry, mostly public. Okay, got it. Traded dogs. Okay. Yeah, for me, it's different. I could have brought a lot of knowledge to the US because I worked in military systems and weapon systems, but I couldn't because they cannot accept you here if you're not a citizen. And I have not decided yet for citizenship yet. And plus, as I said, I don't want to go back in military. Plus, also, I think I worked 20 years, long hours in medical device manufacturing, really hard shifts, a lot of management, a lot of development, and I think I deserve a break, right? So maybe I go back as a consultant or something like this. But if you work in private sector for about 7 years, what you write in the industry, that's a lot of some experience already. But just to answer what you wrote, no, I cannot work for the US government. I cannot do that. My daughter will be doing that, of course. I mean, she is US citizen and American citizen by birth. You know, because I'm German, my wife is American citizen. That's why I moved to America. And so the firstborn child right away is also automatically American citizen. So I think that makes sense if I explain it like that, right? And by the way, what I want to do on this channel, if you guys are interested, if you're not, I'm doing it anyway. I just downloaded it's called the American Citizen Test, and it's 100 questions that you need to learn and know. So the test to become an American citizen is much easier than the German citizen test. So for American, there's 100 questions. When you do the test, you go to the embassy. They pick 10 questions out of the 100, but you don't know which 10, of course. And from the 10 questions, you need to get 6 right. And you got 6 questions right, you pass that test. And then there is, I'm not kidding now, you have to write 1 sentence in English. You have to read 1 sentence in English aloud. And you have to say our first president was George Washington. Then you do the oath of the flag. And then you're a citizen. That's how easy it goes here. So your best managers have been retired, and I just wanted to help engineering teams to empower those in their career. Very nice. You know, I tell you one thing too. I made it all the way up in medical. I mean, that's also a career that can only happen in the US, like for an immigrant who is really working hard and really striving to make a career. But I made one thing clear, even when I was at director level, I never had an office. That was my philosophy. We had this, what you call Großraumbüro. You might have seen in American movies, there's just those separating walls in offices, right? And all I wanted, I said, I don't need to hide away in an office like all the other people, just hide away. I said, I want to be with my engineers, that I'm responsible for them. I'm responsible to develop them, to create careers for them, and to make them successful in life. And I can only do that if I sit with them, so I was always accessible at any given time. But you can imagine if you have 30 engineers and you're responsible for all senior engineers, and if I give them like just 2 minutes a day, that eats up already 1 hour. Makes sense, right? So if you have a lot of staff responsibility, I couldn't spend as much time as I wanted because I also got to get projects done, right? And there's cost control and all the other stuff to projects. But looks like, yeah, Charles, you're doing good. Good. That's coming along. Keep going. Then I have another question, quick. So, as I said, currently, since nothing happens in Ohio here, the weather is so bad, I'm just doing like a post like once a day or once a week later. I mean, the weather gets better, I'll be more out and about, because my big hobby is right here. I bought just the new Canon R5. So I do a lot of photography. I just finished a class, because what is the best camera if you don't understand it? And I'm dying to get out there. So I bought this like really fast 2.8 prime lens. And I do any kind of photography, in case you want to know. So mainly, I would say nature, because we have a lot of state parks. Be right back in the picture. We have a lot of state parks, so I do nature photography. I do portraits, but I don't do paid photography. I mean, I did weddings, I did engagements, also Verlobung und Heirat, but I did that for free, just for friends that I know. I don't take paid engagements, because if somebody pays you to do photography, I think it kills my spirit. Like, I'm very creative, so that's also good. Like, one side of the brain should be analytic, but you should have a good balance also into arts and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying? So, and then I was wondering, excuse me, the air is really dry in here, but we have gas heating. Ohio, like most houses, have recirculated gas heating, so the air is so dry here in the winter. And then I was wondering if people are interested about car talks. I'm a big car guy, so I have a lot of experience with cars. I am also, besides an engineer, by trade, I'm a mechanic. I'll show you quick. That's my modified race car here, the one that I currently ride. Like, everything has been changed. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Charles. It was very nice chatting with you. So, yeah, this is the one. I modified everything. So I modified the ECU. So I took out the speed limiter, the Tempobegrenzer, and that thing puts out 420 horsepower, 420 PS, 4 Grad. No turbochargers. It's a pure 5.0 Liter V8, naturally aspirated, also natürlich beatmeter Sauger. Keine Turbolader. Der ganze Scheiß ist nicht drin. Drehmoment satt und 5 Liter Hubraum. Und alles andere habe ich geändert. Ich habe das Navi geändert im System, so I changed the navigation. I can watch now movies, because the car has a 1000 watt system surround inside. So it's like being at the movies when I now switch the navigation system, because I cracked that. I changed the software upload, the bootstrap loader, so I can play now DVDs, and then I sit there, and you get a 1000 watt surround sound in the car. It's just amazing. It's like going to the movies. It's so much fun. And then I just converted a lot of my CDs to MP3, like MP3 format. And so I can also play them on the navigation right now, and that's like sitting at a concert. I just said at the beginning of this video stream, my wife is today at a concert at Justin Timberlake. I didn't even know who that was, so it's kind of embarrassing. But again, my wife is 5 years younger than I am. It's always good to have a younger wife, right? Thumbs up who believes that. Good to have a younger wife. Send me some hearts. Yeah, Bo, I'm German. That's the German accent I could never get rid of after 25 years. From which country are you from, if I may ask? Sounds French, beau? Just curious. You don't need to say if you don't want to. But since I took French lessons and French language a little bit, was just wondering where you come from. Because what I like this channel to become is, my name is French apparently. Yeah, sure. Hallo, guten Abend. And we have, I think, Germany here, right? But yeah, your name is French, but you're English, yeah. My name, Marco, first name is Marco, you know it. That's why it says Marco the Great. The Great is just a joke. But Marco, my first name really is Marco. Everything you see here is real. It's nothing fake. That's me. And so Marco, I think, is Spanish, right? Or is it Ciao, Marco, ciao? So could it be Italian? I don't know. You're English and half German. I am, I think, pretty much when I look back my history, we were always Germans. However, we come from the family history from far East Germany, which is not East Germany anymore. I mean, the Russians got it now. So my grandparents, they had a farm, or my grand-grandmother still had a farm in Königsberg. Then there's Ostpreußen, you know, all these areas. We all lost them after World War II. And again, I'm not discussing politics. I'm just saying where I historically come from. So, and my last name, which I don't put here publicly, is very rare. And my last name is the 5-year younger life, the 5-year younger wife, you mean? Not what I wanted to say. My last name is very rare, so I don't publish it here because people, you know, there's too many idiots and trolls out on the web. And there's only 12 people with that name in whole Germany. I Googled it and actually turned out with 2 of them. Actually, I am relative to, so it's interesting. So I found an old uncle from you. Yeah, so Justin Timberlake, that's my wife's concert today. The last concert my wife and I went to, which I really appreciated, was AC/DC. Okay, AC/DC. That is just my favorite. Okay, I played in the car that the windows shake on this one. I don't know who likes AC/DC. Give me a heart or a thumbs up if you like AC/DC, please. Because we were at the stadium in Hollywood when they performed. AC/DC is the best guy. Yeah, you're talking. Now you're talking, yeah. Because AC/DC, we were at the Hollywood Bowl, the big stadium. And AC/DC, they still had Angus Young, of course, the guitarist, was the lead guitarist, was still alive. Cliff Williams, the bass guitarist. Then Malcolm Young, his brother that unfortunately died, I think it was dementia. Then we had Phil Rudd, right, at the drums. So it was the gang really together. And we, of course, had Brian Johnson, right? I mean, unfortunately, who started at singing at AC/DC in the very beginning. I still have the vinyl records, the Bon Scott, right? But Bon Scott died at, sorry, I'm laughing. But Bon Scott died a tragic death. You know how Bon Scott died, right? So everybody knows. So it's. I wonder actually, I left all my AC/DC vinyl records back in Germany when I moved to the US because you could only carry so much cargo. And I wonder if there was money right now because I had one of the first albums, like Highway to Hell. That was still not with Bon Scott. No, it was with Bon Scott, yeah. Yeah, I think they may be because actually even my daughter, hello from Belgium, hello back, Haley, how are you? So we're discussing just AC/DC right now, Haley. So I said my daughter still is back into vinyl right now. She bought a vinyl record player. Highway to Hell is one of the best songs. Go on my channel, okay, later, go on my channel, you got to see that. I made one shorts, you know, like YouTube shorts. Go, you got to check this out. I have, as I said earlier, I have a 1,000-watt surround system in my car built in. But always when I power it up, the car engine has to run, like the generator like keeps running because it uses so much energy, otherwise it'll deplete the battery in half an hour. And on this one, in that video, I'm playing AC/DC, Highway to Hell, at full blast. I have the microphone, the phone here, this phone on a stand, and the phone goes like this, okay, like with the bass. And I think I'm playing, the second one that I really like is For those about to rock, right? For those about to rock. And how does it go? We salute you. Fire! This is how the phone goes then. Oops, I'm destroying it. Sorry about it. I get too excited here. My phone just fell off. Always happens to me. I get very excited then. Yeah. So, okay, that was AC/DC. But talking about music, I like too. It's a good topic. And I mean, I am extremely versatile in music. I cannot sing, so I'm not trying that here. God, no worries. I'm not trying to sing, but I listen to everything. So let's say pop rock, and hard rock. So, but on hard rock for me, it's AC/DC. Scorpions were nice. I like, even though when we go back now to the pop side, I like Pet Shop Boys. I like Sting. Desert Rose, I think, is a beautiful work of art. It was done, I think the best one is Sting with Chap Mami. I think one of the best singers in the world. Listen to this. Go on YouTube, type in Sting and Chap Mami. Chap, Chebmrmi. It's difficult to spell in English and think in German. Type in Sting and Chap Mami. Crank up the amplifier. Yeah, maybe Haley can come and sing. We can all go on a ride on my car. It's like a very nice, very, very fast car. So it's funny talking quick back to the car. The car now is so fast, my wife doesn't even drive it anymore. Everybody got so scared about it. My daughter drives it though, and I'll tell you a fun story if you're still online a moment, because I don't know your time difference. But in the US, driving test is very simple to do. You don't take Fahrschule, driver's school or driver's ed. You only have to do, I think, 25 hours, 25 Stunden Fahrschule. And then the rest, or is it 12 hours? No, sorry, I'm wrong. I think you only have to do 12 hours. Google it in Ohio. I mean, in every state it's different. And then the rest of the driving hours you do with your parents. And so all that she did, she learned to drive from me, which is not necessarily the best thing. And so all you do is, like, as a parent, as me, you later sign, I hereby certify, ich bestätige hiermit ehrenamtlich, that my kid has taken 50 hours of driving with me, dass mein Kind mit mir 50 Fahrstunden genommen hat. And that happened, when she learned driving with me? She learned driving with me during Corona. And there was the curfew, curfew, the lockdown, where nobody was let out and we had to all wait in our homes because we had no idea what was going on. Nobody knew what that coronavirus was. And we took the car, I still remember that. We took the car out at 2 o'clock in the morning, because, UK are very expensive in the driving and your gas sucks, your gas prices. I tell you about gas in a second. And so we took the car out and at 2 o'clock in the morning and we blew it on the highway because there were no cops. Everybody was locked away. And then we went down the neighborhood. You can still see them. I also made a video with my bike recording it. We were making donuts on the street, okay? I mean, we almost puked out of the window. This car has such acceleration. So we were making donuts. And then at the traffic light, we were making, what do you call it? Burnouts. Yeah, the tire spinning and all the fumes. I recorded that. It's funny. Yeah, UK, so I am really sorry to hear about the UK. Yeah, I know the gas prices are insane. So I give you an idea. By the way, what is UK, your measurement? It's liters, right? When you fill up a tank, right? Liters? Liter for to fill up a car? Or is it gallons? Because in the US it's gallons. Yeah, you think so, liters. Yeah, so my car can fill up 105 liters. And I can burn through that in less than 3 hours. So no problems, yes. But again, the last time, I mean, I'm more careful. I got older. I mean, we're joking. Bad accidents can happen, And we only do that. Sometimes I take the car out way after midnight. Ohio is pretty abandoned. The streets are empty in the freeways. And, in the US, however, I don't know how it's in the UK, but in the US, however, we have a speed limit. Like most freeways, it's freeway, highway, Autobahn, you say in German. So you don't think much about fuel or gas, to be honest? You don't know much about fuel or gas, to be honest, yeah. Last time, I also made a video for that at the gas station. I won a prize. You got to check out this video. There was that one, because we have a gas card when you fill up your car, and mine uses a lot of gas, okay? And so whoever got whoever fueled their car was 100 gallon. That's 380 liters in 1 month. Got a free bottle of champagne. I won. So you had to come there in the morning. Hello, Samuel. How is it going? Brother is here. Yeah. As I said earlier, I'm learning slang, American slang, so I can say, "What up, brother? What up, brother?" So I'm learning. So yeah, so I said we were talking just right now, Samuel, about, and we were talking about driver's licenses and tests. It's so easy in the US. Because I said I failed mine twice in Germany, okay? My practical test. There's the theory, the questions you answer, and then you have to do the driving test. I was just too stressed out or didn't pay attention or whatever happened. I don't remember. It's too long ago. And here, all you do is you go to the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. You do the test. The test, I tell you, it's done in a computer. So it just asks you questions. I know it's really hard in Germany. It's insane in Germany. I've seen that. I watched videos. And right now I said, I think if I'm not mistaken, the average cost for a German driver's license is about 3,500 euros. So let's discuss that a moment, how it works in the US. So when you have signed that your daughter has done the 50 hours of mandatory driving with your parents or anybody that is older than 25, not 21, and then you just go to the DMV, then you do the questions on the computer, and the questions are always multiple choice. Everybody understands multiple choice. So there's a question, then you just have to check which one is the right answer. And for every question, there's 3 answers. And from the 3 answers, okay, one is so idiotically wrong. I mean, you must be a complete moron if you don't see that this one makes no sense whatsoever. It's like, for instance, I'll give you an example. If you see a stop sign, what do? I step on the gas. Okay, probably we don't take that one, okay? So that leaves now 2 possibilities. And if you think a little bit, right, you will get it right. And so when I did my test, because I had to redo my test in the US, both the driving test and the test, the written test, by the time it was writing, you just were checking the check marks on the answers. And no problem. When I did my test, the driving was 1 time around the block. You guys have Autobahn and Nachtfahrt and Landstraßen. Hi, Amy. Welcome. We have a very productive chat today. A lot of people from a lot of nations. So say hi to my friend Amy. She's really good in Tennessee down there. Always a lot of stuff happening. I think tomorrow kayaking happens. Amy, we are just discussing the driver's test in the US, because I don't know if you had to, I never asked you, did you have to do yours too again? I had to do mine, and I just said the theoretical test is for idiots. If you don't pass that, you need to be locked up, so in die Gummizelle, also wenn du es nicht schaffst, also wirklich. And the practical test was 1 time around the block, and no parking, no backup, nothing. And yes, you did, and you passed, of course, right? Like the theoretical test for idiots, the driving test, fairly easy. I had to do the same. What was your test? Like my whole test, and that is for people when they say like what it costs in the UK or whatnot. Oh, you didn't have to do practical test, lucky you. But again, piece of cake. I did it like 15 minutes or 10 minutes driving, you're good. The whole test, what I paid for both in fees was $25. And then when my daughter did it after Corona, ja, ich spreche Deutsch. After Corona, it was about $50. So still, that's the whole test, $50. I mean, big whoop-de-doo. Amy speaks also Chinese, guys. Amy is smart. So you can talk to her in Chinese. So we discussed a little bit cars today. Amy, I got to show you something. You might be interesting. I'm learning American slang right now. Sorry, it's mirror image because again, you're watching the phone this way. And I'm learning slang language. So Amy, next time I go to the hood, I can talk like a real American. So there's Peter, probably from Germany. So hi, Peter, too. Talk to our friends in the chat. Have a nice discussion. Yeah, Amy, this book is really, really good. So I'm really learning now how to slur the words together. How's it going, brother? What's up, brother? So it's a fun book, by the way. I'm not kidding. So interesting to read because I read a lot about photography. Sometimes I want to learn something. Then since Amy checked in later, you learned a lot of slang from the army. I betcha, right? I betcha. I just learned that today. I betcha. So you learn snafu and fupa, right? Does anybody in the chat here knows snafu and fupa? You know it? I send you $100 bill. $100. Who knows what snafu or fupa means? And Amy, I did an experiment today. I read on a channel, you cannot copy $100 bill. Do you know that? So if you put that on a Xerox machine, it has a safety mechanism in it. And it tells the Xerox machine, and by the way, first what I have to say, copying of money is illegal, right? Plus also you would tell it, a dollar note is made out of cotton and the paper in the Xerox machine is made out of paper, of course, normal paper. When you put $100 bill and you try to make a copy, it turns out like this. So the processor in the machine automatically puts a red layer across it so that it's invalid. The word betcha, B-E-T-T-C-H-R, you betcha. You don't know you betcha? That's Los Angeles slang, Amy. Betcha, you betcha. And then Amy knows we have cats. Look what happened, Amy. What's wrong with this picture? Anybody knows? My wife bought today a $9.99. That's also I have to say it. $9.99 fig tree. And it had all the big leaves. And the cat came and ate it. My two cats ate all the leaves. Oh, you have two cats too? Yeah, we have three cats. Now we do cats talk. And Amy, by the way, no problem that you were late today. We have no trolls today because I think the weather is accordingly, so the trolls are not out. And as I showed earlier here, Amy, I'm moderating the stream myself. I bought a fire extinguisher in case the stream gets too heated. Did you see it? So I will moderate the stream with a fire extinguisher. So, no, actually, I still have a lot of fire extinguishers, especially with this big gas heating here, right? So that was pretty much it. Did you hear, Amy, about my dental bill today? I'm still shocked. Yes, I did. Yeah, so don't mention it. I mean, to just glue back an onlay. They charged me, and I learned something. An arm and a leg, so a new word. That's not slang, also expressions. I'm learning American expressions. So they charged me an arm and a leg, right? And even more, right? So Amy speaks what languages? A lot, right? Chinese, English, German. I speak some French. I speak English, of course, and German. Why do I need a fire extinguisher? Oh, Bo, you have no idea what happens in the chat sometimes. There's people showing up. I will tell you, it's a good question. There's people showing up just for the purpose of putting nasty comments out there. Like it's called trolling. You ever heard about trolling? They just show up. They have no real account. They just offend you and use bad words. And then Amy is my moderator. Whenever she's online, she just deletes those people, because sometimes I cannot delete them fast enough, right? Yeah, and especially we Germans in America, we get it, Amy, right? We get it. So here again, there you go. See the sign, the blue signs against trolls? And it's green, it's loaded, guys. This thing is loaded, okay? If the trolls show up, I got the big gun here. Yeah, I think it's not just Germans, yeah, but sometimes we get it. I mean, in the last stream, I don't know if you have seen my recording, Amy. The first question that came up when they asked if I was German, I said I had German roots. And the question was like, what happened 1939? Was it necessary to ask me that? I mean, what do you think about that? Watch that stream. I know 1939, Germany invaded Poland. Big flipping what? Is it my mistake? I wasn't even born. And my dad was like an 8 or 10-year-old boy. He didn't know anything about, the extremists that were ruling the country. So I don't know why people always have to put up politics there, right? What does they always ask me about the guy from Austria? I must have missed that. Did I miss the super troll? No, and I really find it super offensive when people come with that what do you call it, sexual comments. I mean, there, however, I feel we Germans, the men are better off than the women. Women really get, excuse me, I drank so much soda here. Women get like really harassed. I call it harassment at this level, you know. And this is, Bo, this is beyond rude what's happening sometimes here. I had one person, I tell you, because that person's account, I made sure the account got deleted. I escalated it all to YouTube up to management, meaning not to the AI, to the künstliche Intelligenz. I managed it all the way up to a real person operator at YouTube. That channel had to get deleted and removed. He was literally saying he's coming after me and getting me. He said, wir kriegen dich, okay? So, I mean, does it make me nervous? Not necessarily, but does it make me feel good? Absolutely not, right? So why are you telling me that? No, it's not artificial intelligence. I looked up the account. That was a real person. And what those people do, like if I up my account, okay, I get deleted and I would lose all my content. So I behave nice and I look that there's not too much crazy shit going on in the account here because I don't want my account to get deleted. But those people, they generate an account every week. Favorite drinks? Yeah, let's discuss favorite drinks. So what I just wanted to say, they create an account every week where there's nothing in it, just to use the account name to bully other people. I think bullying is the right word. Bullying, yeah, it's bullying. For women, it's a sexual harassment often, and for men, it's bullying. You know, we get you. Okay, so drinks. What's the favorite drinks, guys? I want to hear. So mine is, I would have asked Coke or Pepsi, but that's an old joke. So I like vodka, but I got to be careful with it because I'm on medications after a heart attack. So I only drink a little shot glass after a meal. And today I have vodka, peach, and honey. So I took a peach and honey drink, poured half of it out, and just put vodka in it, put ice cubes in it, and now it's a good drink for the evening to fall to sleep later. My favorite German drink? Amy, what's yours? Mine, I have to think a second. I think Warsteiner beer. Warsteiner beer and Eichbaum beer. Eichbaum beer is a small brewery in Mannheim. Warsteiner, I think, is pretty big, right? I don't even know if it still exists. And by the way, talking about crazy stuff, let me see. Yeah, I will watch your kayaking stream because I never was in a kayak, so I'm excited for that purpose alone. But if some idiot that trolls you, I'm just going to make him flat. No, don't worry about it. So I lost topic. Yesterday, I watched, what did I watch? Mad Max. Has everybody seen the latest Mad Max? I mean, was filmed in Australia, right? I mean, this is so retarded, you know, because I mean, I like cars. I was like, hey, let's watch Mad Max. My wife was like, I'm so out of here. I'm gone. Bye. See you. And so I watched it. And after 1 hour, I found out this is Mad Max. No, the new Mad Max there, I think the Fury Road or something. This is, in my opinion, it's so bad that it's good again. I mean, I enjoyed it. Because what was it? The guy that was in front of that truck and had this catheter here, the blood bank. He was called the blood bank. Did you see that section? I had a laugh attack, you know, on my couch. Like he was in front of the truck, right? And they were running his line of blood out of him into the driver. And that was the mobile blood bank. It's hilarious from you, somebody who worked in medical, you know. Utopian movies or apocalyptic? Okay, I got to think about it. I watched a few good ones. I got to think about it. Next time I'm going to tell you which ones I liked. Right now, out of the back of my head, I don't know because I haven't watched any for a while. Apocalyptic, yeah, they can be quite scary though. Questions, Coke or Pepsi? What's the difference between living in a suburb or city in the center of, or in the center city of Ohio? Well, Ohio downtown, you would call it the Innenstadt. That's more like really business and apartment buildings. Then where we live is kind of in between. It's like the German Nachbarschaft, Kleinstadt. And then rural Ohio can be the whole city is just 20 houses. You know, there's not much going on. Rural ist really rural hier, also ländlich ist wirklich ländlich. Ne? Knoppers is the survivor, Fanuta. Yeah, Knoppers are good, by the way. And Aldi, we have Aldi here, yeah, I know. Hanuta is good, but you know, guys, look, I just managed to shed 10 pounds of weight, so I fit in my nice jacket for spring, so I'm staying away from Aldi and Hanuta right now, and especially from those Kartoffelchips, they're deadly. You know the Kartoffelchip story, right? What I really would like to everybody who's out there, I want those Chips Fresh Ungarisch. Everybody knows this, Chips Frisch Ungarisch, die Kartoffelchips mit dem ungarischen, mit dem Pepperoni, was das ist. Nicht Pepperoni, the other ones are pepperoni. These are with bell peppers, right? And what I like, even though I'm an adult, I like Kinderschokolade. Seriously, because it's almost white chocolate. You know, outside it's just a little bit of like brownish coating, but inside the white milky stuff is so good. Oh my God. So, Amy, I heard you do the 5K, yes, on Saturday. I will watch it from my couch, I guess. You are prepared, you have your magnesium. Yeah, Kinder Bueno, you saw it on my upload I did. That is insanely expensive in the US. You mean who's living in the center city and who's living in the suburbs? Well, actually, people, I would say here, I can only speak for Ohio, people who can afford it live where we live. So that's more like Kleinstadt, like suburbs, but not really far, the tiny suburbs. Because that's the best quality of living, meaning you're really quick into the city, like if you want to do shopping or whatever, but it's quiet at night, less traffic, less crime. And if you really go out in the suburbs, that's sometimes deepest ghetto. I mean, you can tell that there's a much of a difference in house prices compared to Germany. Like where we live, a house can easily be $1 million. And when you go in the suburb, you get 5 houses for that. You know, that tells you a story, right, about that. Bo knows German, but no problem. But you're good both with English, so that's why I do the channel in English often. And by the way, we have 80 minutes of chat, so it turned out longer than I expected, but that's okay. But what I noticed recently, my battery sucks at the iPhone. Here at 60% down already. Yeah, so you're welcome. Yes, I hope that explained it a little bit. But it's totally different. I mean, we lived, for instance, before in California, Los Angeles, and we lived then just the opposite way, Peter. We lived in Los Angeles in the Innenstadt, the mega city, the metropolis, and it is just fantastic, you know. And then later it got too crazy with traffic and crime, and then we moved, what you said, the suburbs. We moved to Porter Ranch, which is lovely. Then that was on a hillside, and it overlooks the whole valley, like the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles. That's 20 million people alone there, 20 million people, and you sit on this like big nice house and you see the whole valley at night. Yeah, Amy answered. It's about families and people that can afford land. Yeah, and also, Amy, I would say people who historically grew up in the suburbs. I mean, they might own the land long time ago. I showed you like where our houses were here developed. The people who owned it owned all the land. Like this one family owned all this land here where we are living. They're multi-billionaires right now, multi-billionaires. Yeah, here we have, I did last time a video, it's also on my channel about Maya's. It's a big US grocery store. It's huge, this thing. I hate it because I never find my way out. They have 26 checkout lanes, I think. I did a video, you can watch it. And they are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. So they're never closed. It's open around the clock. There's not a holiday, there's nothing. It's like 365 days, 24/7. I think they're only closed 2 days a year, if I remember right. So I have to correct it. It's no 365, it's 2 days less. Was I in the entertainment industry in Los Angeles? No, I was in the medical device industry in Los Angeles. You know about the entertainment industry in LA? I tell you something, Peter. I mean, of course, you guys know when you watch movies, like a lot of it has been shot in LA, and the reason being they have over 300 days of sunshine, right? Über 300 Sonnentage im Jahr. But you know also that LA, this is now no joke, kein Witz. LA, what do they shoot also there most? That's the question now to the chat. But then we got to be careful. Here was the answers. What do they shoot besides the movies we watch, like action movies, cop movies, Terminator and whatnot? LA, okay, I see it. So, Amy, if my channel is gone by tomorrow, sorry I said it. LA ist the porn capital of the US. They shoot the most porn. Die meisten Pornos werden in LA geschossen. Kein Witz. Und nebenbei, bevor die nächste Frage kommt, no, we do not have porn videos here in this home. Number one, we had a daughter that was a minor, and number two, you know, you have a wife and you have a husband, that all it takes, you know, and a good understanding. You don't need a porn movie. But yeah, LA is, it's seriously, it's like the porn capital. Because I was looking one time at a house to rent in LA, and I went with my wife, and I wasn't that long in Los Angeles, and I liked that house. It had like a jacuzzi, you know jacuzzi, right? Everybody knows a jacuzzi, swimming pool too, beautiful back garden. And we went there for an interview, because you have to interview for a house if you want to rent such a big house. And they said, watch out, Amy, they said to me, now let's see if you can interpret that. They said, this house is shot out. You know what that means? That means in this home, because it had the jacuzzi, it was expensive, but it had the jacuzzi and the swimming pool. And when somebody says this house has been shot out, it doesn't mean somebody was shooting there, okay? No, it meant in this house, so many porn movies had been like recorded that the scenes looked old, you know, and so they wanted like a new house to film porn. So then my wife was like, yuck, I'm never going in this jacuzzi, you know. And I was like, I'm so out of here too. So now you understand. Yeah, so LA is a thing by itself, yeah. LA people, by the way, a special kind of, a special breed of people anyway. I told last time, like my brother-in-law with his wife, they still live in LA. They don't have kids, but like Amy has a dog, they have cats, but feral cats, Amy, so same as you were feeding them, but they have feral cats. And they walk through LA to downtown, the Innenstadt, yeah, with a baby stroller, and in the baby stroller are the cats. I just find it hilarious. If you do that in Ohio, I'm not sure if that will go well over, but I mean, people will not attack you, but people might look weird at you. You know, it's like when I walk barefoot to the gas station just to look how people look at me to find out the reaction. You know, sometimes I try people's reactions, as Amy knows, you know. Yeah, LA, you know, Los Angeles, everybody says LA. I think it sounds pleasant to the ear, but LA has a certain, you know, the name for LA, La La Land, La La Land. There is some truth to it, guys. You know, I mean, I'm not want to create now, wie sagt man, ich will das nicht in eine Schachtel schieben. Übersetzt, Amy, I don't know. I don't want to put it in one drawer. But LA as La La Land is the same as Ohio, as the land of alien and shitty weather. Because go on Google or wherever and Google on Google Ohio and wonder why are all those bad weather jokes out there about Ohio. Generalize is the word. Yeah, I don't want to generalize LA, but there's some truth to it, you know. And in LA, when you compare now Ohio against it, look at type in Ohio weather jokes. It's entertaining for hours, you know. As they say, and I have to repeat it here, right? Get any question, get them out there, bring the questions on. So Ohio has the PTSD, right, for like weather. I mean, I meant more than you worked for Disney. No, I mean, if you ask me, Peter, I worked for Medtronic. That's a big pharmaceutical medical device manufacturer. So I was lead engineer, chef engineer in this company for 20 years, or 14 years, sorry, 14 years. I haven't heard about the series yet of The Rookie. I have to look it up. Currently, we are watching, what is it called? Madame something. I have to look it up when it comes back to my mind. That's a pretty good one. If I remember it, I will tell it tomorrow. That's like the advisor to the president. So The Rookie, okay, I took a screenshot. I'm recording that, and I will look it up. If it's on Netflix, I can watch it. We have Netflix and Apple TV here. Give me a second. I mean, you guys can talk. I just want to look outside the window. I think, Amy, what shit are you sending up here again? I think the next thunderstorm is just coming in. Hold on a second, because if it is, I'll show you, because you guys never believe me. Oh yeah, sure enough. Fuck the hell. Look at that shit. Oh my God. And of course it's coming from Tennessee. Okay. So that everybody sees it now, okay? Here we switch this. Watch a second, guys. We're holding this out of the window. Can you see what's coming at the end? Sorry, the shutter's on the way. Do you see those tremendous clouds there at the very end? I don't see if it's sharp right now. Let me click on this. This is the next thunderstorm moving in. Look at the trees, how they're shaking. Sorry, I don't get a sharp picture on this one. It is coming. From where does it come? Amy sent it again from Tennessee. I knew it because I can already hear the wind. I mean, can you see the trees there? Look how the trees are rocking. Can anybody see that? And I bet, and now I'm using my word, I betcha in an hour from now, I'm sitting in the tornado shelter again. But unfortunately, let me change the specs. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I saw your blue skies. Send them to me, please. Send them to me. A little bit of charity. So I will be sitting in the tornado shelter, but Amy, you tuned in later. My wife is currently today at a Justin Timberlake concert. So it was a good friend of ours. Of course I have a tornado shelter. I have no idea. We had 30, I always get it wrong, 7 or 38 tornadoes alone here where I live last year. Yeah, Justin Timberlake, Amy, also I have to admit, I mean, being just over 50, so long, not 60 yet, but over 50, I didn't know much about it. So I Googled Justin Timberlake that I sounded smart to my wife. And I was like, oh, that's what you're watching. Yeah, I totally understand it. I get it. Yeah, I got the lyrics. So I learned a few lyrics, but I cannot sing. She can sing really well, by the way. Yeah, Hope and Prayers, right, from Bon Jovi. Living on a Prayer is the song, right, from Bon Jovi? Don Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. But I cannot turn the music on here. Unfortunately, you know, the copyright issue. Then the video gets deleted again. Yeah, I think you should, in the long run, you guys, when you plan a house, you should have a tornado shelter. I mean, this is serious shit, I told you. I mean, in spring, since this is my first time on YouTube with Spring Live then, because I'm only on, I think, now for a year, so we haven't seen spring yet. I will show you guys when the tornadoes get through here. It is brutal. It is brutal. You get wind speeds of, I do it in German units now, of up to 200 kilometers per hour. So about, that's 160 miles an hour. And I will do recordings. Spring is really bad here. Spring, every afternoon you get a thunderstorm. You can set the clock. I said earlier in the stream here. By 3 o'clock, 3:30, you get a thunderstorm. Boof! Like all this, like lightning comes down. And I made also there. I made a video with Sting. I Dream of Rain, Desert Rose. So I like made the music as background music when all that shit came down from the sky. Yeah, here when you ask both for tornado shelter, Amy said 10% of the people have it. Here in Ohio, it's, I would say, in Westerville, 90%. All the new homes have that. Because homes here, they're built out of wood and plaster, also Holz und Trockenwand. However, the tornado shelters, they are made of solid concrete. I think I need another can of that. Is it bad? That's bad. Yeah, it is bad, because last time we had a tornado barely miss us, like it almost hit us. And we have a big deck at the back of the house. I'm sitting now on the second story of the house, right? So we had a big deck, and the tornado pulled so hard on the deck, it ripped the whole concrete foundation. And so this year we need repair on the foundation, and so it needs to be hydraulically lifted up and filled with foam and padding. That's tens of thousands of dollars in repair. But we got tornado insurance, so tornado insurance is very expensive, but insurance will pay most of it. Not like my dental insurance that I don't have today at the dentist. It was very expensive, that project, yeah. It's just, Amy, I just found those new pens I wanted, right? Having reached my dream weight, was ready to order them. I mean, they're $120, right? So I wanted some good pens. What happens? My tooth breaks, right? Yeah, I finished my university in Germany. Ingenieur für Elektro- und Automatisierungstechnik. Certificate is on the wall here. I'm proud of it back there. And then I worked almost 4 years at Sirona Dental Systems that used to be belonging to Siemens. It's Dentalsysteme, Zahntechnik. I worked there in research and development and prototyping, and then I worked at Medtronic. So to some degree, we are really grateful to the Germans because, like education in Germany is fairly affordable to the US. I know what my daughter's education here costs. I mean, as I said, she studies aerospace. That's about, I think, $20,000 per semester, but she has a collegeship, like a sponsorship. So most people here, if they do a master's or so, they're easily above $100,000 in debt when they start their career in life. So she is very lucky. She will start with zero debt, like null Schulden, Berufsanfang. 10K for the bachelor. Correct, yeah. And we pay here about 100K. That's correct, because my daughter will do the master's, and her boyfriend whom I like a lot. Her boyfriend is doing by that time, his thesis for the doctorate. So he's also getting a doctor title. But he's Korean. I mean, when she brought that boyfriend, in the beginning we try things like you get this boyfriend or that girlfriend, it doesn't work or it works, but I never judge, so I just let things happen and the kids have to figure it out. But the first one I knew would never gonna happen. And then this Korean guy, when she brought that guy, I was like, Jessica, 100 out of 100. And she was like, Dad, what is always this rating? It was like I said, Korean guys are so good at math. He's my best friend. I'm just kidding. But no, they're really like ambitious and well educated. And however, he's from South Korea. And he cannot travel to South Korea because he got a German US citizenship. And if he would now travel back to Korea, so South Korea, they would hold him captive because er gilt da als Landflüchtiger, Fahnenflüchtiger, because he never did military. So I hope you guys understand, right? You know what I even forgot to ask? That's a shame. Shame on me. My bad. My bad is the slang now, not shame on me. My bad. So I forgot even to ask my wife where the Justin Timberlake concert is. I hope it's somewhere inside. I mean, I would assume so, right? Because it's at night. So, because with this weather, I have to look for that. Yeah, military service. Because, like, he never did military service, and then when he was at the age where he should have done military service, he didn't leave the US. He stayed in the US, did the citizenship, and now if he would go to South Korea, he would get arrested. So I said, what a shame, because from South Korea, I like him, because from South Korea, that's where all the spare parts for my race car come from. I was like, hey, Eugene, you could get me cheap parts if something breaks on my car. Yeah, I hope the concert is inside. It's a big concert today, I heard. So the last one was AC/DC I did with my wife. That was at the Rose Bowl in Los Angeles, downtown. And that concert was rocking, okay, guys? That was fantastic, like with your old crew in place. But that was at the Rose Bowl. And so that was all outside. If that would have rained, but as you know, it never rains in California. You know the song, right? I'm not singing since I cannot sing, but it never rains in California. It was over 300 something days of sun a year. That's amazing. So also today, guys, I have my iPad and I have all the countries, like where I was born, then California, where I moved away, then Ohio. And every time I look at the weather and I'm just crying. Here it's like, what did we have today? Let me watch. I have a remote watch. We have right now 7 degrees Celsius. And if I look now at LA, it's like 25 degrees plus, not minus, and we have 7. Yeah, this is an interesting fact. I mean, LA, literally Los Angeles, over 300 days of sun a year. And that brings us back to the film industry, not the porno industry, okay? It brings us back to the movie industry. That's the industry. No, I'm not pronouncing it right. Industry, I got to learn English. To the movie industry, because they film a lot of movies there because the weather is always good. If you have to set up the whole set, let's say it's a movie playing in the 70s and you have to set up all the historic cars and the backgrounds and all that, then the rain comes and you got to break it all down again. That costs a fortune each time, right? Yeah, in the UK, by the way, I have been a couple of times in the UK, Bo. The weather is not that great, but the people are nice. I like the people over there. And I liked, where did we go? The pubs. I like your pubs. The Guinness was really good, but I'm not sure if Guinness actually is from the UK. Is Guinness actually Irish? As I said, I'm not a big beer drinker. I just drink German beer mainly, so I have no experience. Is Guinness beer Irish or is it English? And England, I think, yeah, sure, like the way it's located, this is just the weather the way it is, you know. I mean, here we can get tons of snow. It's always the way it is. Oh, you got Friday off? Guess what? I have Monday to Friday off. I have Monday off, Tuesday off, Wednesday off, Thursday off, Friday off. Guinness is Irish. Okay, good. So my off time is not too bad, right? That's why I can make those crazy funny channels here, right? That's also, I know everybody, please support Amy. She has a wonderful group because one day she wants to monetize her channel. You know, YouTube, you can make money by running commercials. We're already working on merchandise, right, Amy? But my channel doesn't want to do that. My channel just does bullshit like funny videos and movies. Except what I said, guys, I have a section which is called videos, like the long videos. They are about real topics. So I would discuss employment in the US. I would discuss the health insurance in the US. So that is serious stuff. It's really researched. What we do today is just like blabbing around, right? So you can watch them. And then under the community, I have my daily little post about mental health, about meditation, about like things that I learned that might be helpful to others. But there again, you got to be careful. I'm neither a doctor nor I'm a psychologist or psychiatrist, and I don't promote or advertise any medications. So just that you guys know. Which t-shirts did you wear in school? I missed that. Sorry, I couldn't read the stream that fast enough. Just curious about t-shirts. You know, you saw my t-shirts, right? Talking about t-shirts, does anybody want to see my t-shirt collection? Health insurance, Bo, I made a whole video, Bo, about health insurance. You might just want to watch it. Or was that the one they killed, Amy? I don't remember right away. Did that video get killed by YouTube? No, right? Oh, yeah, I think it got killed, right? They deleted it. I forgot. Yeah, I have a lot of people today. I think I appreciate it because I would like, what I really enjoy about this stream is that, that one still exists, the ones about health insurance. Then I would say to go watch that video I uploaded there. I explain it very, very detailed. I did a lot of research. And again, my wife works in the health insurance business. I worked on the opposite end. I worked in health manufacturing of medical devices and pharmaceuticals. So all that I promote there and explain, but it's in English and you know English, so no big deal. So that has been explained very well. And as I said, now since you just asked, so I have to tell you both, if you still have a minute. Yesterday, my tooth here, it cracked. Like I have, you know what an onlay is, a ceramic onlay? Like that's like not a filling, it's a piece of ceramic they put in bond. And that cracked and fell out. And I was really lucky. So it fell out and I felt it, oh, something. Oh, the one that was deleted was about the plant. Yeah, no worries about it. So for Bo, we have the good video up there. So please watch the health insurance. So about the tooth here. So that one cracked. I saved the onlay. I drove this morning at 8 o'clock emergency dentist visit. As I said, all you have to do is etch it, bond it back. You know, they use a UV glue and bond it with blue light. And I always stop things out of curiosity. The whole office visit was 9 minutes, and it did cost $375. $375 for 9 minutes. And my father-in-law, now you're sitting, I hope, all right? He's doing implant, like, you know, dental implant. When normally you do filling, then you do onlay, then you do crown. When it's all too late and the tooth needs to go, you pull it, extraction, right? You pull the tooth. And then you get let me see what I want to say, an implantat. And here in the US, an implant is about $10,000. So I'm not drunk right now, it's $10,000. And the problem is my health insurance upload will explain that all to you. When you're retired, like me, because I could retire early based on whatever facts I explained in another video, is you have no dental insurance, you have no vision insurance. So if something flies in your eyes and hits your eye or something, you pay everything. And the thing is, having no insurance, I will now spend 2 minutes on insurance because it's important, but watch my video. When you have no insurance and you go to a dentist, they can charge whatever they want, okay? So one dentist can say the implant 8,000, the next one can say 10,000, the next one says 12,000. Then it's almost like a Turkish bazaar. You start then negotiating. So dentist says 10,000, you say, how about 8,000? Then the dentist said, let's shake hands on 9,000. Okay. Hi, Shaki, what's happening? What I really like is this Chinese channel here is becoming multi-culti, so we got all cultures and backgrounds here. That's what I like, because I just host the channel. I will talk less in the future, I think. I just bring up ideas and topics. Yes, you can negotiate. You just call your dentist. And in my video, it also explains, I give you one idea. I had a heart attack, okay, 3 years ago. And I got a stent in my heart. You know what a stent is, like where they widen the artery? That was $160,000, $160,000. And the stent is a platinum mesh, was $16,000. Okay, so just so you get an idea what that cost you. So if you have no insurance, you lose your shirt, right? So people cannot imagine that. Some people think it's bad in the UK because you see a lot of people with bad teeth. I think here it's worse, especially in some southern states where you see people are missing all the teeth. Now I know why. Oh my God, it's late in Germany, or early already, right? So go to bed for school. Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, you're young, you should be okay with 6 hours of sleep. So if you get up tomorrow 6:30, you should be fine. Yeah, I might add one more moderator, Amy. The other thing is, I think also, I trust you. I don't trust everybody else necessarily, or a lot of people not. And if something really goes, too bad, you know what I have, right? Right? Because what I will do is I will just turn off the stream. So if people do not appreciate my platform and cannot behave and discuss, I will just use the fire extinguisher and turn the stream off. So it's too bad then everybody gets punished, because this is a channel where people should chat and talk, right? But I'm getting tired of it, like with trolls. But recently it has been pretty good, so people leave me alone. Yeah, I can send you a fire extinguisher. I also have those halon fire extinguishers. They have halon in it. Halon is good if a gasoline car is on fire. Because halon is no foam. So if your motor compartment is on fire, you spray in halon. And halon is not liquid. It's no water or foam. So it doesn't destroy the engine. It just kills the fire. It suffocates the fire, like it takes the oxygen away. Who is where from what? Germany here? No, here's Ohio. Amy, Tennessee. The rest can say wherever they are from. Let's actually see. One thing I'm just curious. I'm always curious. I would almost bet that my cats are in front of the door. Let's see. So I have to close the door because the cats come in here, and here's a lot of photo equipment. No, they're not. Can you believe it? Maybe they're on the cat tree. No, the cats are lost, guys. My cats are gone. Oh, look where they are. Here's one. We found one. Now I got to look on the collar who it is. It is Grayson. Because guys, my cats, both of them look the same. The name, that's a female, it's Grayson. The other one is Smokey. They're the sweetest cats. They are chartreuse, not Russian blue, they're chartreuse. The breeds look very similar. Yes, they are twins. They're from the, look at the cuteness here. Just waking up. When they lay, by the way, on their back, they have complete trust to you. You see that? Look at the face. I can even touch her paws, like she's totally fine. And they like the ear rubbing. Who doesn't like ear rubbing, right? No, I did not know that fact. But we got our pets, our cats from the shelter, and they were sterilized, fixed, you call it. Look at the paws, yeah. The other cat, Amy, doesn't let me do that. If I do that, I get bad scratches immediately. Did you also notice one thing you can show your cat devotion to is if you blink with your own eyes very slowly. So if a cat blinks very slowly with their eyes, which I just do right now, look how calm the cat gets. But she's just chilling. Just waking up soon. I got to feed them their evening meal. So let's go back. As I said, today is nothing happening here. It's just, I have like photo umbrellas and stuff, and their paws will just kill it. So let's see what is going on in the stream before we will shut it down. Oops. By the way, just you guys know that the way I work the stream is like this. So we see at the beginning of the stream, we see that clock that I just bought. Then I show when I go live. So it's always on a few minutes before. I know it's all cute, Amy, right? Yeah, look at, I showed you, right? Look what happened to my fig tree. Like my wife bought that fig tree. We wanted to plant a $10 fig tree. And we didn't pay attention for 5 minutes. All the leaves are gone. The cats have eaten all the leaves here. It's nothing left. Look at it. Even the plastic, they ate the plastic, which is not healthy. It was like 10 minutes in the kitchen. I wanted to rescue it and put it in the garage. Yeah, my wife said to replant it. It should grow. But I tell you, it looked so pretty. Like we really picked a nice tree. I mean, $10 is money. It's not cheap. And so it already had a lot of leaves, but the cats just ate it. They destroyed it. By the way, do you have carpet in your apartment? Amy, like here, meanwhile, we have a lot of carpet and hardwood floors, but we also have carpet. And the cats are just destroying the carpet right now. Yeah, thank you. We just did that, yeah. And then I put it tomorrow out in the office because the office is on the south of the house. There's sun all the time. Yeah, their claws are so sharp, like they rip out the carpet. I gotta show you that. I mean, this is crazy because it really will cost money to fix all that. Watch this. I'm gonna change the camera. Don't know if there's enough light. Watch this. Oh, no, they're both here, of course, for sure. One moment. Here you get a view of both. That's the one. There's the other one. You hear it? But what they do when I close the door, they claw all the carpet out. Like this is pure grit. You see the mesh here? They ripped all the carpet out already. Look at this. This house is only 7 years old, okay? And the one lost its collar. So I can only tell them apart a little bit by the eyes. Look at both of them. Stretching, the one bails out, I guess. Look, I think the one has more smoky. No, it's like cats do not take commands. And this one has more orangey eyes. I think that's the only way I can tell them apart. See? And this is, of course, the door of evil. So if anybody wants nightmares, if you open the door, you know what's behind it, Amy, right? There's the big evil cat is hiding under the bed. Oh, there she is already, look. Ready to attack. Look, 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 look. Coffee, be nice. Coffee. The other one is coming to look what's happening now. See? Coffee, be nice. Yes, it's haunted in there with big claws. But we don't want to really stress out the cat, so I'm closing the door. By the way, look at our cat trees. The destruction and demolishing continues here. Is that cat bad? No, it's not bad. They're all stray cats, Bo. The problem is this first cat you saw right now, that big fat cat I just showed. Let me just sit down here. That cat came much earlier to our home. It was also a stray cat, or what Amy calls them, I think, a feral cat, like we found it, or it found us. And that cat is not getting along with any pet at all. Let me just see 1 second. Don't climb on there. No, no. 1 second. No, get out of there. Come here, come here. Now I know where the expression herding cats comes from. Yeah, I didn't tell Bo yet, Amy knows. Bo, my daughter was testing products for Amazon, and every month she could test $500 worth of products for free, and so we have 4 cat trees. Coffee is violent. Yes, coffee is absolutely violent. Also, you cannot predict, because she was probably abused when we got her, so she was hiding for months till she got a little bit warmed up. And she will just turn around and claw you and bite you. She will really bite you. Yeah, I saw the schnitzel, they were good. And the other 2 cats we got from the shelter, they're from the same litter, so they're sisters. They even eat from the same bowl. When I put the food in there and the water, they drink the same water, eat from the same bowl. There's no fights, no food envy. The big cat, we try to get them used to one another. It's hell on earth. They kill each other. So I have no idea how to do that yet. My daughter even tried cat, what is it called? Cat pheromones? Those stuff, the pheromone, like you put on their collar and they calm down. Yeah, I mean, independent of that, that's a big house. We don't want to give the big cat away. She just lives in there. It's a big place there. But it's just a shame the house is so big, so they could freely roam around, right? Yes, we tried catnip. Not pot, though, but I got to be careful again because I mentioned that word last time, and my video got deleted. You know how the AI is from YouTube. Catnip, we discussed that last time in the stream. You know, Bo, for some cats it works, for some it doesn't. For Coffee, like the big cat there, she goes nuts about it. She gets totally dragged out. The small cats, yeah, they don't care that much about it. We grow it outside of our house in summer, and they just eat it, like the plants. I mean, they're obsessed with that stuff. They eat everything green. And so my wife was today really upset. She said, Grayson, who did it? Hopefully you got a tummy ache. I mean, she didn't mean it, but the cats destroy all the plants here. I gotta watch out how I answer Simon, because I answered Simon for one reason. I'm not opposed to that. But I made a video last time and I brought up that topic. I call it the holy plant. And my whole video got deleted. And it was a good video actually about some serious stuff. I just brought up some comments, and you never know what the AI does, you know. So that did not go well, and I lost the whole video, and YouTube didn't give it back to me. Yeah, as Amy is saying, right? Yeah, I know that some cats care about it, some cats don't care about it. What does what mean? The spliff? The broccoli. Okay, we call it broccoli. So last time I made a video about the ingredients about broccoli. You know, there's not only psychoactive ingredients in it, there's also non-psychoactive ingredients in it, but I'm not going to mention them again because YouTube will still delete it. And I explained when you do the right balance, by the way, because I used to have sleep problems and they put me all on all kinds of pharmaceutical shit, you know, and I'm not mentioning this medication either. And then I tried this other stuff, but I made a solution out of it because I don't want stuff in my lungs. Never smoked, don't want to do it. But I made just a solution and tea and a coconut oil solution out of it. And I tell you, I still have it. I sleep like a baby. So people, I swear by it. This is the best stuff out there because you do not get high if you blend the CBD amount right into it. And CBD is totally legal. Of course, that counterbalances it, right? Yeah, it has nothing to do with cats. And yes, it is annoying, but again, I think today we had a nice stream that other people might want to watch. And if I bring now too much like technical words in it of what we wanted to discuss, which would be actually interesting to discuss, is like last time I discussed the so-called issued FDA black box warning that everybody should know about it. I cannot do it because I immediately get deleted or banned every time, you know. So if I get 3 hits, my account is gone. Yeah, and also probably since you want to monetize your stream, mine doesn't matter if I get hits. But you get 3 hits to delete your stream, then everything is lost, you know. And if you do live, what we do right now, they would be lost forever because they go right in the YouTube cloud and not in my Apple cloud. The other videos I do, like about employment and blah, 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 which I upload, this will all go through my iCloud, Apple, so I could restore them anytime under a new account. But for instance, the one we just did today, they are gone, they're history, they disappeared, yeah. So that are the thoughts. But I tell you, I'm going to share it now anyway, but very careful, just to reiterate on that. If you have sleep troubles, because I used to have them when I was very stressed out, not nowadays. I mean, I'm relaxed and because I'm retired, so early retired. And when I then came up to make the solution out of that broccoli, right, with the right combination of the broccoli ingredients, man, you sleep. And the other thing is, you know, you take pharmaceutical sleep medication. Not only are they addictive, right? They are really addictive, that stuff, that shit, okay? And you build up tolerance. You need more and more and more and more and more to sleep. This other stuff, no tolerance built up, and you're not groggy the next day. You know, you understand what I say by groggy? When I need to get up, and then when I still used to work, I had a 12 to 14 hour work day, right? With like 30 employees under me. I cannot walk around like out of it, right? So I got to be waking up, jump in the shower, be fresh, and get up to my work, right? And so I'm a big fan of that. I'm pro. I'm absolutely pro. Broccoli is good for so many things. I talked about it. Like people will get later really confused when they watch that stream and switch it on here. But in the stream, I also mentioned go on YouTube, guys. Go out there. I mean, there's only now 12 listening, but go out and look up. I always get it wrong. It's not Alzheimer. But what was the other one? Parkinson's. Go and look up Parkinson. Okay. Have a good night, Bo. Go and look up Parkinson's, and patients have done recordings. You know, Parkinson's, where you start shaking like this, like your nerve system is not working right, and they get the right hit amount of broccoli. For hours, they are like rock solid. They can talk again, they can eat, they can drink, they can like move around. It brings life back. No, Parkinson, Amy, I'm not kidding, seriously. I mean, however, don't rely on me. As I said, my wife always said, every time I have to say this in front. I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm a psychiatrist, and in any way, shape, or form do I endorse this medication. I learned it from my wife, and the sentence goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But you have to say that because let's say now I advertise it, somebody takes it, something happens. Or that person says, it didn't work, I'm going to sue Marco the Great now, right? And they're going to sue you. So, but what I wanted to say is what you can do is only by evidence. Type in Parkinson's and type in broccoli, not only the CBD broccoli, like the whole stuff that makes the whole broccoli, and watch a few videos. It's eye-opening, it's real evidence. And I said, which I cannot say, otherwise it gets deleted again. I bet my ass it gets deleted if I say that. Yeah, this broccoli. Because if I say now that the so-called, I spell it now so the AI will not get it, BIGPHARMA, that this big institution gets behind it, they are blocking it on purpose, because when you read how many prescriptions of sleeping medications, I'm talking about the nasty stuff, the chemical shit, are prescribed every year to the stressed out US citizens, right? And this is insane. It's such a multi-billion-dollar market, they will fight it, right? And the other thing I wanted to say is, in Ohio, for instance, broccoli is legal. Okay, good night. So broccoli is legal. So like we have dispensaries, I'm not going further into that, which I also highly advocate, because then you know what you buy. I tried to show it last time in the video. When you look what you buy there, and let me explain that. It shows them the batch number. It shows the percentage of the different broccoli percentages that's in the broccoli, right? And you know if there's a recall, if there's mold, if there's any issue. This is controlled like a medication then. Of course, it's more expensive than getting it, where you get it normally. But this is a safe way, and last time I discussed of ways of consumption. Got to be really careful not to get the video deleted. Not everybody needs to do it like this. You can eat it, you can drink it, you can make teas, you can digest it. There's different ways of absorption, and very interesting since I have a pharmaceutical background. But again, I'm not a medical specialist by any way, shape, or form. What I say is only my only experience, and you got to experience it yourself and see a doctor and talk about it. So we did the disclaimer. So the way it gets consumed by digesting it is through the liver. So it becomes a complete different component. The only problem is whatever gets consumed and metabolized is the real word, is through the liver, is it stays active then for up to 12 hours. So issue is, I tried it, if you have a bad TRIP, right, TRIP, you are literally, okay, because then, yeah, broccoli, vodka, no, don't combine that. So if you have a bad TRIP, you are, because then that stuff stays active 12 hours in your system, and say you get a really like panic disorder, some panic attack, it'll stay with you for 12 hours. Whereas when you inhale it, it goes from the lungs right to the brain, and from the brain out of the system. So you feel something is going wrong, you stop it, and like latest in 2 hours, you're good, right? Yeah, the thing is, actually, if you want to know Amy medical background before the disclaimer comes again, I'm going to print it and hold it every time in the phone here. No, but the real reason is the one component of broccoli gets metabolized in a much stronger component, and that gets then metabolized much slower in the system. And that is also an issue if you drive the next day and you get the test. I have those tests here because I'm curious. You can buy them. You just pee on it, sorry to say it. And then it shows like certain indicators. There's your level of broccoli. You might lose your driver's license, right? And I also explained one thing, and I'm going to try it again. And now we're getting really to the edge. We've got to be super careful, because that's actually where I think the video got deleted last time for. You know that different states have different regulations, right? So it might be legal in Ohio, I don't know, Tennessee, it might then be illegal in New York, it might be legal in California. Of course it's legal in California, everything is legal in California, but that's another point. But if you now cross from one state to another state where it's not legal, you have a felony, like you can get arrested, you will get arrested, and you will get prosecuted, right? So be careful with that stuff. So that was for that topic. But as I said, when it's blocked on the level of federation, clinical, oh, I hear thunderstorm is coming. Thunderstorm, I gotta show you. Probably in like 10 minutes, it's just gonna pour down again here. And then the lights go off. So if the lights go off, you know, my internet goes off and the stream is over. But what I wanted to say, I missed the topic now. What was it? Yeah, so if it's, of course, regulated, that it's not, that it's still illegal on a federal level, some research cannot be done, because as I said, you need to do a double-blind study. You can look at how a double-blind study works. That is like significant statistically. So you also got to give broccoli to the people that are healthy, and then not to patients only, to compare the placebo effect and all of that. I did a lot of research. And I just got my dentist appointment. My dentist is just texting me if my tooth hurts, if everything is okay. They really care at 7 o'clock. Imagine they're still in the office. Yeah, so what I wanted to say is, so a clinical research cannot be done because the moment you would give it to somebody who is not a patient, you commit a felony, a crime. Makes sense, right? Because you cannot give it to a person that is healthy. I mean, that was the whole thing about the medication release. What the hell is that? So should I even respond to that? You know what? Next time, just block the person. Because that's the same thing when I said if you ever come to Ohio, you're very welcome. But yeah, troll activity, you know why? Because the thunderstorm is coming in. So no, what I wanted to say is, if you ever come, you're welcome to visit here. But it's the same like we are married, you guys are married. So it's common sense. If people visit, the whole couple visits, not one person. I would never come to your place, you would never come to my place, or your husband to my wife, or I to you, or whichever way around. Like if it's like a couple meeting a couple and going to a place, a restaurant or so, there's nothing wrong with that, you know. So it's not like, hey, I show up and you know what I'm aiming at. I mean, this is just, I don't even, Jesus God. So somebody, I don't know. Yeah, we might travel, but my wife and my daughter, they want to travel a little bit abroad before, but we plan on also traveling to Australia one of those days. Look what happens here again. It's my cats. Don't do that, please. She gets scared now because of the thunderstorm. No, please don't do that. Don't do that, please. Cat herding. See, we had now such a nice stream, and I will bring it to an end because I'm going to watch some TV. And see, to some level, now just that last two messages destroyed my mood now. I mean, I'm not inert for that. Now I'm down, okay? I don't know why people have to do that. I don't get it, sorry. But I think, yeah, let's leave it like that. Moving on. Okay, so again, now my day will end with cat feeding. And then, hey, I have nothing to do this evening, so I want to watch something on TV. Any show or movie recommendation? A movie would be preferred because we just watched, now I remembered, we watched Madame Secretary, which is really good. So Madame Secretary, I recommend to you, but it's 6 seasons and it'll take you forever to watch it, but try 1 or 2 episodes, and if you're into it, you're going to love it. I think your husband will love this one. It's really great. A lot of politics in it. It's not based on a true background. It's just fiction, but it's very, very interesting. No, I'm looking, what can I watch this evening for a movie, like 2 to 2.5 hours, because now it's 7 o'clock here in Ohio. Any idea? So meaning I liked Die Hard, yeah, so is Carry On a sequel to that? Okay, let me write that down. Hold on a second. So we have Carry On, The Beach, Okay, so we have two of them, right? Like Carry On and The Beach. I just wrote that down here, so I'm going to check them out. I hope they have them on Netflix. No, please don't drink my vodka. The cat is going after the vodka. Can you please get down? Look where she goes. She's going to kill the plant again. No, please don't do that. No, 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 no. Please get down. No, please. Can you get down, please? Wonderful. Get down. Thank you. Forrest Gump I watched. Forrest Gump is awesome, yeah? Correct. Cool movie. Because today I'll probably fall asleep anyway. True Detective. I'm going to write that down. Because sometimes for weekends, my wife and I just look for something. True, let me write that down. Detective. We are just looking sometimes just for a longer movie to watch. I think nowadays they're all about like 2 to 2.5 hours. Whereas when we watch Madame Secretary, that's well cut, like 40 minutes. And so we watch typically 2 episodes and then we go to bed sleeping, because we get up very early. So that was the stream. So I would say we discussed everything. I have a good feeling. I mean, we almost needed that, right? You know now why I brought it, right? Maybe next time I bring 2 of these. So, but besides that, I think it was an interesting chat. I like that a lot of people can chat to one another and that you're the moderator, and probably I need to talk less in the future and just introduce people to one another. I will do it also like with your courtesy typically, because like you ask people, yeah, if you want to disclose where you live, like say it yourself. I like that idea, so you're not taking information away from people. And I look forward to the kayak thingy tomorrow, because here a really bad thunderstorm is moving in. I don't know if you heard the rumble, probably not. And have a good night. I think over there it's an hour later right now already, so 8 o'clock. For me it's perfect, 7 o'clock. I'm going to have my supper now. And we'll see, Carry On, The Beach, or The Detective. So that's the one that are for discussion for this evening. While my wife watches, no, not watches, like dances to Justin Timberlake. So wait, I have to show you one last thing, 1 second. Be right back. And we are back. Look what I have. I have a friendship bracelet. See, I'm learning. So a real friendship bracelet. But I didn't make it. I ordered it. Just, it's hilarious. I don't know if it's for Taylor Swift or whatever. I found the pattern interesting. And no, it's not for me, it's for my daughter. But I had to do it, I mean, those things are like $5 or whatever. I mean, it's real cotton. It's amazing how you can make this for $5, all the work that goes in it. And I found fascinating how this loop opens and closes, like this knot thingy. So it's very interesting. But I think, you know what? Yours is better because these don't last long. I mean, it's just cotton, and that probably rubs off easily. Because I bought it from Amazon, and they say you can also wear it as an anklet, like around your foot. But I think that's for women and not for men. And so it'll just get destroyed. Or if it doesn't get destroyed, the cats will destroy it. Yeah, we should all have the same. That would be then the community. By the way, the last few days, nothing is happening with the cold plunge. What's going on there? You have the right weather right now, so we're waiting all for that. And by the way, one of those days, I'm looking forward to see your sticker. The Aufkleber, Etikett, Label, was auch immer. So that should be fun to see. So, and in this way, I'm saying goodbye. Again, this is what I'm doing on the weekend here, American slang. By the way, one last thing. So, American slang I'm doing. This tree needs to be saved. That's on my list. We are not copying money, right? That was also on my list. And bracelets just came to mind while we were talking. I have my 3 movies. I will get another drink. And hereby, the stream will close. Yeah, for the cold plunge, I don't know. Like if you have your cold plunge fan always still following you. I mean, I watch the stream whenever I can, but recently there wasn't so much cold plunge activity going on, right? Oh, I hear it outside right now. The weather is moving in. That, of course, is then super annoying. You know what happens later? The power will go out. When the power goes out, the internet goes down. And when I watch Netflix, of course, the whole system reboots. It's coming down now. Yeah, I hear it here. I hear it pounding on the windows. As I see, I mean, I have never been in Tennessee. I got to see that like a thunderstorm. Here, these are quite something out of the world when they come down. No, power never stays on. It always glitches here. The only thing I bought now is a UPS system, also a power backup system for the internet router and Wi-Fi, so that when there's a short flicker, right, like a glitch, then at least the router and the modem don't reboot every time. So it's just a short glitch. The TV goes on and off. But before that, it took every time, like for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, till everything reboots again. Because I've set up also not only Wi-Fi 5G, I have Wi-Fi 2G, and I have a separate web which we are working off right now. That's a secure internet. So we're working off a mesh system. So a mesh system, you can look them up. They're fairly secure. And the mesh systems, of course, one could use them for trawling, which I'm not doing. But a mesh system is a good thing for having for a stream. So that runs on a complete different line. So it's not like for viruses, it's much safer and certification and identification. So it's a different system, the mesh. So to the 11 last viewers here, it's time to go to bed, people. Take your meds, don't drink too much, enjoy a good movie, and look forward for the next chat, and particularly enjoy your weekend, okay? So bye, guys. Peace and out.